In this short video, I will show you how to save Cognos Analytics dashboard as a story. Here, I'm looking at the dashboard for claims and weather data that tracks customer demographics, the vehicle that the customer drives, the accident that the customer had, and the insurance policy. That information is used to estimate the total claim amount. As you can see here, my dashboard has 4 tabs, right? However, there is no way to specify for how long I can look at each tab. I need to physically click on the tab. See here? In addition, some of my tabs have 4 objects. There is no way to specify when each object appears and disappears. So we need to create a story. A story is an overtime narrative about my data. I can create a new story from scratch. If I do that, I would need to specify my data source, and I would need to add visualizations to each scene. However, I already did a lot of work here and I want to reuse my work. So in order to save this dashboard as a story, I'm going to click on the arrow next to the floppy disk and I'm going to select Save as a Story option. Next, I have 2 choices here for the template. Slideshow template. If I use a slideshow template, then each scene of a story will be on different canvas. If I use a guided journey, then all scenes of my story will be using the same canvas. For this example, I'm going to stay with a slideshow and I'm going to click on select. Now I need to name my story. By default, the story name is the name of my dashboard prefixed with the word story. I'm just going to keep this name as is for right now. Very important. You want to make sure that you have my content selected here. You cannot save any work into the team content. You can only save the work to my content. Now I'm going to click on save. And what's going to happen is that the new story will open. So this is the story. Similar to dashboard, the story can be in view mode or edit mode. If it's in a view mode, the story is not editable. I can only preview it. To edit the story, you need to click on edit here at the top left corner, and you will see the button next to the edit is going to be green. It means that your story is in edit mode. Note here, our story has 4 scenes, and each scene corresponds to the tab in the dashboard that you saved as a story. See that? In another video, I will show you how to define the scene timeline. But also, if you note here, it is possible to add filters to your scene, to your scenes, right? You can add a filter that applies to all scenes, and you can add a filter that applies only to the scene I'm currently looking at. Also, if you click on the sources here, you can see the data source that was used for this story. Note that it's the same data source that you used to create the dashboard that you saved as a story, all right? Of course, you're not limited to 4 scenes. You can add scenes to the story, right? You can change, you can reorder the scenes and more. So thank you for watching this short video on how to save Cognos Analytics dashboard as a story. See you soon.